so? Yeah, he got it? My God. This is so good.
And then after that it's dollars. Yeah. But because it's single, let me check those matches. Okay. We found the first cheetah.
This one is Zuri.
The goal is to find as many cheetahs as we possibly can here at Ol Pejeta Conservancy and get to know a little bit more about them. Currently there's no information, there's been no population estimates, no census of the cheetahs here at Ol Pejeta, and so we've come in to help out with that.
Ol Pejeta Conservancy is a private conservation area. We are 90,000 acres of conservation land, and we are a non-profit making organization who work towards conservation of species but also support of community development projects. Cheetahs on this conservancy have really been elusive, and there's not been a lot of research in them, and hence there is definitely need to get accurate updated data on the cheetahs. You find that cheetahs are on our species of concern list here on the conservancy.
Cheetahs as a species are not doing so well, so it's important that we have a better idea of their numbers, not just in Kenya, but across all of Africa, to help inform conservation decisions. The park is kind of unsure about how many cheetahs there are here. No one's ever done a count, and so we're here to help provide some numbers so it can inform management decisions here at Ol Pejeta and also higher up for cheetah conservation in Kenya as a whole. In biology, a census is where you count every single individual in a population. And practically speaking, it's very, very difficult to do, especially with the cheetah because it's solitary, it has large home ranges. So undertaking this has been an important task, but a difficult one. In order to do this census, we have identified individual cheetahs by their markings. And through that, we are able to, every time we come across a new cheetah, identify whether it's one we already know or a new one. And through that, we can, in theory, count the cheetahs here at Ol Pejeta.
So we wake up with the light because power comes on at around 5:45 and the lights come on and you're up. And then get ready to go on the morning patrol. So our target time is 6:45 and then we're on patrol. So prime time for cheetahs has been reported as, during like 7 till around 8:39. And then we're on patrols, we're looking for cheetahs, scanning the area and all that.
In order to spot a cheetah, we scan the horizon and you search for different colors. You look at the bushes, and most of the time we're looking at the lower parts of bushes because mostly they're lying down, and it's very hard to be able to see them because they're like 15 centimeters when they're lying down. So you just scan with your binoculars and see if you can spot any cheetahs. But it's most of the time a bit of luck you need.
Oh, right here, right here. Oh. When we get a report of a cheetah, everyone is immediately so excited.
Oh, when we spot a cheetah, it's so exciting. Like, we want to drive there and we are all super enthusiastic and we just hyped.
Upon finding a cheetah, first step always is we photograph it, because if the cheetah moves off, then at least we have some photos that we can use to identify who that cheetah is. And then using that photograph, because generally it's easier to see because you can zoom in on your camera than in person and the photos don't move, is we look at the markings.
See these three together. Here in this south, is it? It's minus something like that.
Alright. Yeah, it's the wadi.
And then after we have enough photographs of maybe the both cheeks and the tail and a couple of limbs, we try to take our ID sheets out and try to identify which cheetah it is. But these days it's been quite easy because I feel like today morning when we saw the cheetah, we were like, that's Nokabi, without even having to go to the ID sheets because we have kind of now gotten the hang of it.
We consider a cheetah positively identified when at least 2 different areas of the body match our standards. A standard is a sheet of paper that has been curated by previous groups out here that has photos of each individual cheetah we have identified, basically zoomed in different parts of their body. So we can have our photo, we can have a standard and be like, okay, there's a horseshoe shaped dot pattern here, and it's also here on the standard for kip. Those 2 match, so it's likely kip.
Are they far from here?
No, no, somewhere, not very far. In 5 minutes or so, we'll be there.
Go for Bravo.
Hey, just try to ID this. We're having difficulty IDing, so we'll have you guys identify as well.
10-4, we're working on that now.
Awesome.
Okay, it's not a super bright photo.
Just a hunch, can you check
Nairobi.
So you go on the top and then there is this and there's one tiny dot that continues here as well. Isn't it her? I mean, this is that thing that I like thing.
Is that my Siri?
Alpha team.
Go ahead.
We think this is Niokabi.
Okay.
Go ahead.
That's affirmative on the identification. We agree as well.
10-4, glad to hear that.
Oh. Oh, it's hair. Head hair.
H-A-I-R. Okay.
Okay, these are too dark. Can you see? Oh, it's a rhino. Look, you can sort of see it. 2 rhinos. Amazing.
We can reduce the sensitivity and put it at the water tank anyway.
Yeah.
Because at least there you don't have like trees or whatever
That
swaying
is
in front
true.
of it.
Shall we just
It's quite
trial?
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But here we'll put the solar one.
Yeah.
One of the things that we are doing is camera trapping. So camera trapping is a method in which we put cameras on field. They well camouflage with the surroundings, so the animals don't really know that they're there. So these are like non-invasive ways in which we can collect data. Like this includes the photographs of the animals that we can ID via their patterns, or if you want to just see presence and absence, habitat usage. A lot of different questions can be answered using camera trap methods.
Camera trap has sensor on it that detects movement, and so we use that to try and capture images of animals walking past it that maybe we won't see generally because the animal is shy, or maybe it's nighttime and we're not roaming around at night, just to kind of increase the incidence of catching a cheetah. That's why we're using camera traps.
We're trying to set a trap camera, and there's like a path here that we're going to there's lions, zebras crossing this path, and we want to capture them. We are now also trying to break off the branches that are kind of getting in the way of the trap camera, so that we don't have these branches basically in the way.
We got a cheetah in our camera trap, so that was really exciting. Apart from that, we got a lot of other species, elephants, gazelles, we got hyenas, jackals
as well.
So it's really exciting. So if we do this over the larger period of time, we would get to see the different diversity in the areas where we think cheetahs are also like walking around, so it'll be interesting. So yeah, that's camera trap for you.
You can sort of see a rhino, 2 rhinos. But I'm still making my way through, so I'll let you know if I find anything else. So probably got another 500 or at least 250 of those.
Wow. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Every day is a new day, and every time is a new time, and today is the first day of the rest of our life. We are heading out. It's cheetah day.
Morning is generally considered prime cheetah spotting time because most animals, especially in a hot place like this, are active at dawn and dusk when it's cooler. And so we go out, we drive around, we look for cheetahs. We're also looking for hyenas, mainly the spotted hyena, lions and jackals. And we are looking for these species because they are direct competitors with the cheetah for various things. For example, jackals sometimes will attack cheetah babies, and lions and hyenas often chase cheetahs off kill. So it's important that we understand a little bit of the population dynamics of those animals as well. It is important to take GPS points for the 4 species we are looking for. So lions, cheetahs, of course, hyenas and jackals. And cheetahs, we want to know where they are and how they're moving. And then for the other 3, it's important for us to understand how they are competing and if there is overlap between the home ranges of cheetahs where they're hanging out. And if so, then we can use that to really focus our observations on that area to see if it's negatively affecting cheetah health.
Good job, Kim.
Oh my God. Good job, Kim. And thank you. You both did great. We've now had the chance to witness 2 successful hunts, so that's really neat. And we know that he's really young, and so by seeing him hunt and understanding that he's become a successful hunter, that's really good information to know. Ol Pejeta has done some really amazing conservation work. A lot of it, though, has been focused on rhino populations, and that is all super, super great work. But they're not the only species that's endangered and not the only one in need of our help. And so cheetah conservation is really important because their numbers are declining and because people are often at odds with large carnivores through, livestock predation or honestly just fear of attack. And so through this project, our goal is to spread more awareness about cheetah conservation so people are more excited about cheetahs and more willing to get involved in cheetah conservation efforts so we don't lose this really incredible creature.
So cheetah conservation is important because there are animals that most of the time people don't pay enough attention to. They always go to the parks to watch lions and all the big five, but cheetahs most of the time get left out, and that's also why there are not enough measurements taken to protect these animals. People forget about them, and that's why we need to pay more attention to these wonderful animals, and I think, cheetahs are just the best.